Bobby Maxwell, and I'm going to be talking to y'all today about disciplining your children. Have you ever been in a store or in public somewhere and watched a child disrespect their parent or another adult? Or maybe you watched a child scream or throw a fit for something they wanted, and in the end the parent or adult gives in and lets the child have or do whatever they want to do. Some would call this spoiled. I call it what's wrong with the world. Growing up, if you had parents who believed in discipline like I did, you probably felt the same way I felt, that when you got older and had children of your own, you would never be like your parents and ground them or spank them, that you were going to be a cool parent and let them do what they wanted because it could never be anything bad enough to have to discipline over. Well, it doesn't always work that way. Children need to be taught what's right from wrong. They need to be taught how to have manners and how to respect others. I am for parents disciplining their kids. I believe children nowadays are not disciplined enough. Children are starting to run over adults because parents have stopped disciplining. When I say discipline, I'm not necessarily talking about spanking. Most people do not believe in spanking, and that's fine. There is a big difference in beating and spanking children, though. But there are also many other ways to discipline a child, such as timeouts, taking toys, phones, video games, or something the child loves to do away from them, or grounding them from going to a friend's or from attending school activities. It is important to be consistent when it comes to disciplining. If we as parents do not stick to the rules and consequences we have set up, our children are not likely to either. It is not only important to address what the children did wrong, but also what the right thing to do would have been. Once the discipline begins to work, praise your child for learning to control their misbehavior. Rewards and consequences should be given on a daily basis. Of course, how we discipline is just as important as whether or not we do discipline. Disciplining a child does not mean yelling or losing one's temper. The key to positive child discipline is keeping your cool so you can communicate with them calmly. Of course, all age groups should be disciplined differently. Babies and toddlers are naturally curious. Calmly saying no and moving the child from the area or distracting them with an appropriate activity will let them know what you don't want them doing. Timeout can be used for an effective discipline. As your child grows, make sure you communicate the rules of your family's home. Explain to them what you expect of them before you punish them. The earlier that parents establish this kind of I set the rules and you're expected to listen or accept the consequences standard, the better for everyone. Make good on any promises of discipline or else you risk undermining your authority. Kids have to believe that you mean what you say. Be careful not to make unrealistic threats of punishment, like slam that door and you'll never watch TV again. Also, remember huge punishments may take away your power as a parent. If you ground your child for a month, they may not feel motivated to change their behaviors because everything's already been taken away. It's natural for parents to want to rescue kids from mistakes, but in the long run, kids seem to learn better when they fail sometimes because they learn how to properly correct it. Discipline is not only good for children, it's necessary for their happiness and well-being. There are many reasons why parents may not want to discipline. Some parents may just want to avoid having conflict. Others may be unwilling to devote their time and energy. But the fact is, a child that has been taught right from wrong has a solid sense of what is negative and positive behavior. They will want to behave correctly out of a desire to be a good person. Children who have been given more firm but loving guidance have more self-control. They are more responsible. They have more self-confidence. They're more likely to make better choices. And they are pleasant to be around. We have all heard that saying, people are going green to leave a better world for our kids. What about leaving better kids for our world? I encourage parents to discipline their children. Again, I'm not talking about beating or even spanking if you don't believe in that. Just make them mind and respect others.